Thank you, parents and family and friends that have come out tonight. We have the 4th grade orchestra on your right, and I have had the privilege of starting them on their stringed instruments this year. They played their first concert at the end of February, and we enjoyed having a small group recital down in the 4th grade commons so that moms and dads could come and get an up-close look and watch what their skills were doing in developing playing their string instrument. Now we're in the gym. Now we're a big group. And before you are 84 students that have started strings this year, and it's been a wonderful journey for them. 5th graders before you on your left here will play after us, but welcome to intermediate school, and we're going to begin. 4th grade orchestra, we're going to demonstrate our scale as a warm-up. The D major scale, we're going to go, we're going to pizzicato, and then we're going to go one more time. Thank you. Next up is a familiar tune. It's called Mozart Melody, but you're going to recognize it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. We're going to pluck, and then we're going to go. can be seated. And then the first two rows, just the second row of cello players stand. We have 20 cello players playing tonight. And so, thank you cellos, you can be seated. What we're going to do on Buckeye Salute, we're going to all play together first. And the second time through, we're going to hear just the sounds of the cellos. Third time through, we'll hear just the sound of the violin, violas alone, and then we'll play the fourth time all together. This is Buckeye Salute. As we've advanced in our fourth grade book, the next song is called Michael Row the Boat Ashore. What they learned in playing Michael Row the Boat Ashore is about half notes and holding a long 2-count value with their bows to go on a slow bow stroke. Now they're combining quarter notes and half notes, and they also learned about a repeat with a first and second ending. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Fourth grade orchestra will play Michael Row the Boat Ashore. combining our quarter note patterns with our eighth note patterns and our half note patterns on the very famous tune by Ludwig van Beethoven. This is called Ode to Joy. Thank you for being here tonight, and the fourth graders will conclude with Ode to Joy. And now row 5, violin players, stand up. Row 4, the violin viola row. Row 3, violas. Row 2, cellos. And row 1, cellos. Thank you, fourth graders. Fourth graders, so you have good attention now for fifth grade. I'm going to ask cellos down to the right, or to the left, I'm sorry, to the left. Okay. End pins in. Cellos. And now violin, violas, always on the back of your chair, and you can tuck your instrument under your chair if you like, or hold it carefully. Thank you now for your good attention for fifth grade orchestra. You are seated and quiet. Seated and quiet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lloyd. Can we have fourth grade orchestra another round of applause? In fifth grade orchestra, students had the opportunity to perform at an event called Solo and Ensemble. Students can choose to perform either a solo by themselves or in an ensemble with other orchestra friends in front of a guest adjudicator. Our guest adjudicator this year was the wonderful Beth Cabot. We want to thank her for her time spent doing that this year, even though she's not able to be with us tonight. So say a special thank you to Beth Cabot. It requires a lot of bravery to be able to perform in front of a extreme weather, our instruments come out of tune in minutes. So I would like to give them a second chance at that one, the newly tuned instrument. One more time.
My name is Miles. I'm moving to Columbus First grade base.
these fifth grade orchestra students this year have been such a blast to work with, and I've never been able to do 3 pieces for a spring concert before. But these students have worked so hard that they've allowed us to do that today. So they've grown so much, and I'm just so proud of them. They're such a great group of kids to work with. Fifth grade orchestra, we're going to tune, and then I will turn it over to Kevin to talk about our first piece. to Ms. Moe for helping me tune students every day. Thank you to Egg Curry for being our wonderful guest conductor this evening, an SBS student. A special thank you to Mrs. Anderson for accompanying students both tonight and during their solo and ensemble. Thank you to Mr. Paulson for helping tune students tonight and for guest conducting. Thank you to building administrators for their support, and PE department and Jeanette Jensen for letting us use their space. Thank you to Lambo for their support and district administrators as well. Thank you Randy Davis and Ann Foley for making sure this event is recorded. Thank you parents for supporting music in our schools and supporting your students. And thank you students so much for all of your hard work and dedication.